So I didn't make a video yesterday because I didn't feel like I was making progress on anything. I went to a business startup workshop and then kind of did some projects with a game on the house. Right? I mean, at home. It wasn't anything for my writing or my business. And I've kind of felt like I'm in this holding pattern, which is something that will happen often. It's like you're waiting for something to finish. In my case, I'm waiting for the graphic design on my business cards to finish so I can get those printed, get my website put together, print off some copy to place at my table when I go to Trailhead and sit there and say, hey, I'm a writer. Come use me, make use of what I know. So anyway, I've been listening to this book called You Are a Badass, which I highly recommend. And we just got to the chapter on money, which made me start thinking about a friend of mine who's got his own counseling practice and has been doing some great work. And I haven't been like, every time he says, I'm going to do this, hire this marketing company for, $1,500 or whatever it is. And I was like, well, that's crazy. That's too much money. But you have to be crazy in order to be successful. Like, you have to do things and take risks. You can't do it willy-nilly. Like, you have to be going towards a certain goal. But I'm not very good at that. And anyway, this chapter about money is all about kind of how we have this inner dialogue, so many of us, where we think that we don't deserve it or greedy if we want it. And I'm realizing that no, it's quite the opposite. Having money gives you the responsibility to enact good in the world, and that's kind of what I want to do. So I'm going to spend some time today that has given me like listening to that book and thinking about my friend, and going to the workshop yesterday where we got a lot of the documentation has given me some of the stuff to do today. I filed for my LLC over at the Secretary of State. And once that comes back in a week or two, I can go down to the bank and change my business account over to that number so that I can start using that again. But in the meantime, it's time to set up my ideas for budgeting my business and get that work done. Probably won't be fun, but it needs to be done, and starting to get an idea in my head of how much money I would like to make gives me a trajectory for what I'm going to need to be doing in the future. So that's all. Wish me luck.